Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
As always, Steve Pagliacco.
And...
TG.
TG?
Yeah, I'm Tony G.
Tony G.
Yeah. I gotta tell you.
With that lean, you really are in that part.
We've been recording all fucking day.
Yeah.
I didn't really sleep last night.
Yep.
I'm getting a little fucking jittery. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it's hitting you?
Oh, you're getting,
Yeah, this is the final of 3 episodes we're recording in one day.
a little anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're almost
But we're
there.
here to talk
Do
about
it.
the Chicago way.
The
yet
Chicago way.
We're going back. 1929. Mickey Mouse first debut. The Great Depression. Chicago basically is still the same as it is today. It's a good time.
It's a firing range. The more things change, the more they change.
I was wondering that
That's
during the
been a theme
movie.
today.
I was like, is Chicago just like always just a pure shootout?
That's where the Pinkertons started.
It is.
But
A lot of stuff started here. I have a fun family tale about that.
About Chicago?
About Chicago. I did the one thing you probably should never do is look up your past.
Oh, I thought you were going to say molested dog.
That's to each his own. But
Beaver draws
I went
no
on,
lines for hedonistic pleasure. Man, animal, or beast.
I looked up on Ancestry.com. The free. I didn't purchase it.
Oh,
I'm
like
like,
LeVar Burton.
let me check a little bit.
Steve found out he was white and
I
said,
did
if
a
you would have
LeVar.
told me that 10 minutes ago, I would have punched you in the
Yeah,
face.
yeah, LeVar.
He perceived
Scumbag.
his race a
Yeah,
little
he
different.
perceived his race
Perceived it.
differently.
I looked it up. I looked at Ancestry.com. I wanted to see where does my ancestors come from in America? When did
You
they
can
get
look it
there?
up without giving your DNA.
Yes, it's like the free version, like that you won't see the exact like thing, but you might get like a piece. There's like more, but yeah. Anyway,
I've thought about putting my daughter's DNA in, so
yeah,
I'm not on the database and I can
Right,
still
right.
get the history.
that's a good move.
Is that messed up?
No, you should do that.
Yo, I heard a story once about how they found a murderer like that once.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Like somebody's sister, like
Mhm.
someone who killed someone's sister went in the database, and they have the same
DNA.
DNA makeup, and it matched like a crime scene, and they were able to figure out that it was her brother from.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's sick.
this
Yeah.
happened. I don't know
No,
the details.
I
Yeah.
totally believe you. Like
Mm.
anytime you're giving someone your DNA,
Not a good idea,
Yeah.
especially if you're a murderer.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
yes.
I found a ferry log.
Okay.
That's like the furthest back it goes of my family members of my last name,
Yeah.
specifically with an O because you can make it with an A. From Chicago,
But in
1920.
Latin, Jehovah starts with an I.
Yeah, Chicago, 1920. And if you were Italian in Chicago, 1920, there's a strong chance you were doing something that you shouldn't have been doing.
Your grandfather was a gangster.
Not my it would be my great grandfather.
Mm.
Yeah, he
Wow.
may have been. He may have been a gangster in Chicago.
all I'm saying is that they don't know exactly who did the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
The Dagliacos have been known to pop up in places you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
You never know.
We're going to tell you guys about that soon in a special thing. It's mind blowing.
We get around. I was on Law and Order SVU once.
Yeah, what was that like?
He played
That was an
rapist
extra.
number
It was
3.
fun. It was fun. It was nice.
We got a dude.
I was standing on at a bus stop and like they walked by me and the camera panned on us. So that was
You're
cool.
just an extra.
I was an extra, yeah, nothing crazy.
Didn't your sister like fall asleep at a table and like Samuel Jackson sat next to her?
I ate lunch next to her, yeah, while she was napping. Yeah.
Samuel L.
Yeah, Samuel. I think that was in There was a couple movies they
Die
were
Hard
in.
3,
No.
Payback,
No,
Some
it
of All
wasn't. It
Fears.
wasn't anything big. No.
Mace Windu.
No. It's like with Brittany.
Spears.
No.
Murphy.
Uptown Girl. Brittany Murphy. Uptown Girl.
Good.
Oh yeah, she was in Uptown Girl.
Yeah, they were on that movie. I don't know if Samuel was there, but
Made in Manhattan.
no. But anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
interesting.
might have some ties.
I might have some ties to this story,
That's interesting.
which is sad and interesting.
It's so long ago. Like you're not responsible for.
Come on, you know it's cool.
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it's, it's not like it's happening now, you know?
They were blue collar guys.
I will say, there had to be collateral damage.
There's nothing cool about it. There's nothing cool about it.
Oh man, you look like you have some ice cream.
There had to be collateral damage that just isn't spoken about, right?
Or in French, collateral damage.
I mean, they're just running around shooting the entire time.
Yes, there's a lot of collateral damage, dude.
Yeah.
Shit's blowing up.
And is like just saying non
He's wild.
sequiturs.
He hasn't slept in 24 hours. He's just seeing shit.
He's hitting deers on the road.
He's chewing on wood, playing with toys. You know when you travel to like a really high elevation, your brain starts working like 10-year-old?
Yeah.
That's you right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, but St. Valentine's Day Massacre, have either of you guys seen this movie before?
I didn't even know it existed.
I got the DVD.
Yeah, that's how I
Do
knew
you?
it existed.
You have the DVD?
My dad does.
Oh.
It was in my house for years. I never put it on, though.
This is your first time watching it?
It was my first time watching it.
Yeah. So, first time for all of us?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was very excited mainly because one of the main characters is played by the guy.
George Segal.
Yes, George Segal, who played Steven's father in Cable Guy.
Yes.
He would have said Shalom.
Yep.
And he's also
Jack.
in Just Shoot Me. This guy's awesome. But he's young and mean in this, and he's fucking awesome.
Yes.
It's so funny because I've
Yes.
only known him as an old man.
Yeah.
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 And like I'm
Seeing
seeing him
him is-
so young in this.
And
It's
so
like,
brutal.
yeah.
He's such a piece of shit.
What's the first impressions here?
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
It was good.
I loved it.
I find it funny that there's a movie where they're like, Capone is the good guy, basically. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very interesting in that regard.
I liked it a lot.
And it's before The Godfather. So it's almost got the
Mhm.
feel of like a 30s gangster movie.
It feels very 30s.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It also feels like very almost like old crime / like early TV procedurals where it's like the
Yeah, It's
voiceover.
almost documentary style.
I love
Yes.
that so
Yes.
much. It's a perfect movie for this.
I think I do have an issue with that narration because it's like
Sounds like Orson Welles.
I don't have a problem with that. They actually almost cast him as Al Capone.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
No, my issue is kind of that like every character almost they do that to, and the information becomes a little overwhelming. Like
Yeah.
a guy will
I can
come
see that. Yeah.
a guy will come into a scene and they're like bah 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 bah, and he dies in 1945.
They give you
taking a
like
shit on the
his
toilet.
whole
And-
story.
Yeah.
and it has nothing to do really
With the
with
movie.
the events. You know?
It gives them a way to not like even characterize these guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know? They're
Yeah.
just kind of like nameless goons doing a job.
If you're reading a textbook or you're reading a criminal report and that's what you see, this person's name and then some small footnotes, that's what it was.
In your brain, you give them a backstory and a purpose
Yeah.
by just hearing that real quick.
Yeah.
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 So like there's a whole it's literally like these guys will be in one scene or two scenes, but now that you've been given like their life story very quickly, that you allow what would have been an otherwise bland movie or bland scene, it's given something
So
else.
much deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a trick.
And a lot of
It's a trick,
the
essentially.
Yeah.
a lot of the footnotes that they add, like the introductory notes of this person, a lot of those people would be dying that day. You know what I mean? So it's like there's reasons, a lot of reasons for it, and at first you're like, why are they telling me about this person? You know, if you don't know the story, and then it's like, oh, that person who was a footnote in the story died there because of weird circumstance. You know,
I don't mind when they're talking about like kind of the main characters, but it's like this guy, and then he left the mob, and went on and lived,
well, they all play a role.
and he died of old age in 1954, and it's like
They all played some role in this scenario.
I know.
That's all.
It's just it gets to be a little overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. Yeah,
Mhm.
you can't keep track of anybody.
That's what I mean. I couldn't keep track
Mm.
of who was who.
That's a
Right.
skill issue.
I will say,
I
Roger
agree
Corman
with that.
directed this.
Any relation
Yeah.
to Harvey?
I don't know if they're related, but obviously American film independent icon.
Mm-hmm.
Little Shop
This
of
is
Horrors.
his Little Shop of Horrors.
Ton
so
of
many
Edgar Allan
movies.
Poe movies.
Really?
Yeah, he did a lot of like hour-long Edgar Allan Poe movies.
Did you see that movie that came out this past year where it's like Edgar Allan Poe in West Point?
No, but I wanted to see it.
I saw it.
Was
Yeah, how
it
was
good?
It wasn't bad.
Oh.
Pale blue eye, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't bad.
Is it doable on this show?
I don't know how true it is,
Okay.
but if it
We've stretched so
I think
far.
there's like vampires or something in it. Though.
Oh.
But
I mean, we just shadow a vampire.
Yeah, but
So-
it was
Yeah.
good. I think we
Okay.
probably could do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
okay.
All right. But yeah, Roger Corman,
Mhm.
huge influential guy, gave so many
Yeah.
guys their start in film.
Mhm.
James Cameron is the big one that comes to mind.
Mhm.
Let him direct his first thing.
The Piranha.
Yeah, Piranha, yep.
Wow.
Just like if he got an honorary Oscar just because of how many people he got into film and got them
Mhm.
their foot in the door. I believe Joe Dante is another
And his
one.
brother Harvey was Headley.
Headley.
Headley Lamar. That's Headley.
You gotta look
But
it up.
after years of studio movies, this is his first
Big one.
Big one, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Was this a hit?
I think it was moderately successful. He came in he finished the film quickly and under budget because he had so much experience being an independent guy. And
That's cool.
yeah. And one of the things he did was he reused sets from pre-existing things rather than build like new ones.
Mhm.
So like the Capone set is like the hotel ornate living
You know,
thing.
now that you mention it, there's
A lot of it
some
looks
of those
familiar.
outdoor scenes look like I've seen them in Star Trek.
Piece of the
Yeah.
like it has to
Yeah.
be the same block. For
It's
Piece-
probably the same block from Piece of the
I
Action.
have no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like
it was. They shot it on the Fox backlot.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense.
So
That's awesome.
yeah,
I love that. And it looks good.
Got a half Fizbin already.
Yeah.
How lucky for you.
So around this time, it's Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Let's
yes.
talk about some numbers here that they gave us.
the movie, by the way, real quick, budget
Yes.
of $1 million to $2 million is debated,
Okay.
and it grossed $1.7 million, so it really wasn't
Okay.
too successful.
It might have been different back then, though.
There's no big stars in it.
Yeah,
For 67, that might have been a success.
no,
No?
it didn't.
Because there wasn't as much marketing.
It didn't even make back the production budget. You know,
Mm,
it still is. Even
Yeah,
if it's
okay.
a loss, it's still
Yeah.
a slight loss. No matter what, it's not a hit.
right.
Mhm.
Well, anyway, some numbers that they gave us. There's 21,207 speakeasies in Chicago. There's 357 million gross income for this business, and 618 crime syndicate members were murdered in under a decade. So this is a
How many?
618 members
That is insane.
in under a decade. I think it was 8 to 9 years.
Murders. That's yeah, it's a shooting gallery.
Yeah,
It's a
it's-
shooting
it's
gallery.
insane.
It's a shooting gallery. And you could see why. $357 million on the line.
Yeah.
This is what happens when big government comes in and doesn't let you drink.
Chicago's proximity to the Canadian border also doesn't.
It fuels it, right?
Oh, yeah.
It definitely helps.
Because obviously this is happening in every city.
It's happening in every major city in America.
But New York is not as violent as this was.
New York is kind of firmly in the control of various factions. Like you've got Maserati. Wow.
Maserati?
No, I don't
Not
think the
Maserati,
Maseratis were a criminal syndicate in
Oh
New
my
York.
God, Manzaria in the early part of the decade, and then Mazaria, and then Luciano has a war with a guy from Sicily. The name is escaping me.
Yeah, he comes in a little later though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and of course Arnold Rothstein is doing has been in business.
Well,
for a
isn't
while.
Rothstein's not based out of New York? Is
Yeah,
he?
he is.
Oh, he is. I thought he was
Yeah.
Chicago for some reason.
Right, and they're getting their booze from Atlantic City and
Nucky
Well,
Thompson.
there's
and Rum Row.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's
And-
ties with all three
and by
locations.
the way, they do some of the events in this movie in Boardwalk,
Yeah,
and they're
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yes.
No, Boardwalk kind of skips this.
No, but they do the flower shooting.
Well, that was Dini O'Banion.
Yes.
That happened before the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
But
do a little flashback.
They
yeah.
show that in Boardwalk.
Right, yeah, they talk about Johnny Torrio.
Yeah,
Yeah, Boardwalk
it's a
is
masterpiece.
the best thing ever.
I waited and shot him right in the eye.
I was thinking of Boardwalk the entire time I was watching this.
You definitely had to remember. There's that one scene where Capone is like dressing down his guys at the table, and it's like you can tell Untouchables.
Untouchables loves this movie
and
took direct scenes.
Yes.
The hotel looks the same almost. Like De Palma must love this movie. I have no doubt about it.
Right.
Because I looked up like the way Capone really lived. It was actually like a modest working class home almost.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't this ornate
He's in the
palace.
hotel.
Yeah.
In front of everybody. He lived in the suburbs. What was oh God, it starts with an A. Aurora?
Aurora, yeah. Aurora,
I think
Illinois,
most big time criminals would be in suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find ones with massive houses. On Staten Island, you do have the one. You do have the big house, but you know that you could.
It's Staten Island though, because you kind of
It is
blend
the
in.
suburbs, but it's a massive hidden house that is. I think it was Castellano lived there.
The house from The Godfather is on Toad Hill.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, let's just paint the scene a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
It's prohibition. 19th Amendment. The sale of alcohol has been outlawed and consumption. Volstead Act is the mechanism from which they enforce that. Capone runs the South Side Gang.
Or is it Capone?
Is it Capone? I don't know.
He
has immigrated to Chicago from Brooklyn.
Was he born in America?
No.
Okay.
He was born in Sicily, I believe. But
I think he moved when he was young, though.
Yeah, he was like a baby when he came to America.
Okay. He served in World War I believe, right?
No, that was a lie on Boardwalk.
Oh, okay. he told it as a lie?
Yeah, he told it as a lie.
I remember him saying that he was a vet, but I couldn't recall if it was real.
He was trying to get clout. But he
one more Boardwalk note. I'm sorry.
No, there'll be more.
That portrayal of him is the only one that is even close to
the real guy.
I feel all the other ones are more like
over the top.
They're over the top. They're big and they don't look like him.
No,
they
never look like him.
They're more
He's
handsome.
such an hideous guy.
Yeah, he doesn't look good.
Like they're more handsome. Like the guy who played him on Boardwalk isn't like an ugly dude.
Look up real mobsters. To a man, every one of them is just a beat up, fucked up guy. They're not movie stars.
Yeah, they don't have an easy life. Yeah. They're not pampered.
But
well.
yeah, the one on Boardwalk actually like looks like it
a little bit.
more.
Little
Yeah.
At least he's like short.
It's not De Niro and it's not this guy where
guy.
they're kind of strapping guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he runs the South Side Gang. He's followed Johnny Torrio out there, and in like 2-3 years, taken over the entire gang. Torrio retired after almost being assassinated, probably by Capone.
Yeah, doesn't Boardwalk kind of insinuate that? Yeah.
Well, Capone never did anything.
Well, yeah,
he was never convicted. Never did
He's
anything.
innocent.
He's innocent.
So tax evasion.
Yeah.
I mean, who's never evaded tax before?
The North Side is run by the Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Formerly Deanie O'Banion, who ran that flower shop.
Horrible stand-up comedian. Told so many jokes about Ovaltine.
Yes, they should call it Roundtine. That's gold.
That's gold.
He recommended a restaurant to me once.
Mendy's.
You got to try the swordfish.
Not only that, I told the guy I owed him a dinner. Right?
Yeah.
And we went. And I want to ask you this question, Steve.
Oh, fuck.
This serious question.
Serious question.
He's
dead serious.
Dead serious.
He goes,
yes. Okay.
He goes to me, right? This guy,
Which
Banyan.
guy? This random guy?
Banyan.
Banyan,
He comes to me and he's like, hey, you owe me dinner. I'm like, fine. I take him out to Mendy's. Great restaurant.
Mendy's is like a Wendy's?
No.
His choice.
It was his choice. He wanted to go
like
to
a
Mendy's.
nice restaurant. Okay. Take somebody
They have
out
great
nice dinner.
swordfish.
Great swordfish.
We go out to dinner. He decides to only have soup. I pay for it.
He just wants soup.
Yeah.
That's it.
Later, he comes to me and he's like, yeah, when are you taking me out for that dinner you owe me? And I'm like, I did. I gave you soup. He's saying
he says
that
because it was soup, it didn't count as a dinner.
soup is not a meal.
Soup is an appetizer.
Was it a meal?
But
Was that the dinner?
It
Did it
could be
count?
a meal because you're going out for the night. Was it a
This
whole night
is
thing?
it, Banya.
Was
This
it a
is
whole
the
night? Was it a whole night thing, or was it like
Two guys go out to eat. He orders soup.
I say, I'm taking you out to dinner wherever you want to go. We
Yeah.
go to the place.
I want to go. The one that I want to go to.
You only
no, that's my dinner. Yeah, that's my dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Yes.
I took him out again, and I let him know
Right.
Yeah.
the next time. This is it. This is the dinner.
That's the bad move. You don't take him out again. You lost out on it. Anyway.
All right. Oh, bad.
Yeah. He was assassinated in his flower shop.
Yep.
And the gang has been taken over by Bugs Moran,
Mhm.
who was the new top man.
And he was famously quoted as, "Man, I a stinker."
That's Bugs Bunny.
Bunni. He was Italian.
Yeah. And the movie starts right after the massacre.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
again you're right. The Untouchables kind of drew from this too, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's the woman walking across the
Screaming.
street and seeing. And if you remember, the Untouchables opens with the bombing in that little
The little
shop.
shop. Yep.
Mhm.
And there's the woman and the girl. It's very similar.
This is like a prequel to The Untouchables in many ways.
Sort of.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
And Boardwalk is the prequel to
To
this.
this, yeah. Should we start the movie?
Let's
Start the
start it
movie.
because we already did. It's this woman, you hear gunshots because it's Chicago.
Yeah.
It's a regular, Monday day. And this woman walks across the street to see what that was, and there's a bunch of dead people, but we don't know that yet. It's
Yeah.
just her screaming. And it cuts to what I feel is an amazing gangster portrayal.
Okay.
This opening scene, the introduction
George Segal.
to Frank Gusenberg and what's his Peter Gusenberg. I love this scene.
You loved it.
I loved it
Why?
because it's so fucking menacing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's walking in, and you just know like
They're gonna be a problem.
this is a problem.
Yeah.
And not only is it a problem, but this is when I really liked the documentary style like sayings of what the people are, because it's like
yeah.
this is a known murderer, known
Mhm.
assassin, and thief. This is what he's about, and he's just sitting there like antagonizing this guy. And I'm like, oh,
spits in his face.
Spits in his face, rubs beer all over,
Yeah.
pulls his
Oh, he's
tabs.
being a real prick.
And it's
Mhm.
like, you're going to buy alcohol from me. You're not buying it from Capone.
Right. And he tells, "What do you want to get me killed?"
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, don't worry about it.
Mhm.
That's none of your concern.
Mhm.
You're just, this is what you're paying. This is the rate. And you're going to get double from us. And I was like, wow, this is an honest portrayal of how these people acted. I love it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's the pure intimidation
Yeah.
tactics.
There's
Yeah.
no
There's no romance.
There's no glamour.
There's no romance here,
Yeah.
which is what I loved.
Yeah. And Capone is afraid for most of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on edge. They all
Yeah.
are on edge constantly because
Right.
they could be killed at any moment.
Which is weird because, the movie came out in 1967 and the mafia, as we know it, really started to break down in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like that is when we started to hear the real stories. And I would have assumed, and maybe I'm wrong in thinking this, that at this point when the movie comes out, most people don't know like what really goes on with those guys. It's all, like the movies and stuff. Like nobody's flipped and like told the real, like the Goodfellas it hasn't
Well,
happened.
Rico,
Yeah.
it doesn't exist
Right.
yet. Yeah.
And even the Godfather is not realistic.
No. Not really.
Yeah, the Corleone family doesn't deal drugs
Right,
because
right.
they're above that. They don't agree. Like, come on.
Yeah.
The warring was real in The Godfather, how they killed each
Yeah.
other, but that's about it.
So I think this seems to be more based in the real world than I would have expected.
They're
You
foot
know?
soldiers.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's based in the foot soldiers.
Well, at this point, so like, we've had obviously the 20s. This is American myth.
Yeah.
It's only 45 years removed from the actual events
Yeah.
about, So,
30.
oh yeah, 'cause it's
Yeah.
yeah.
30,
So it's not far removed.
Yeah.
There's been so many movies and TV shows and all this stuff. It's like a lot of it is well documented and
Mhm.
known, and the movie is not taking any stretches,
Right.
no embellishments. It's like,
Mhm.
this is what we know happened.
Mhm.
Obviously, you have to imagine some conversations,
Yeah.
but all the conversations are so dry
Mhm.
and they're so related to like, this is what needs to happen, blah, blah, blah. It's like, this is probably, words were probably changed. It is probably very close to what was said in those rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because undoubtedly some of the people involved in this are still alive.
Yeah.
At the point of the making of the movie.
How much would they have said that is true is under debate, but it's great. And I'm also going through this, and every time they mention somebody, they mention their nickname, and I'm sitting like, man, we suck with nicknames now. We need to step our game up. We really
get the papers.
Come on. Vincenzo D'Amora, aka Machine Gun Jack McGirth. Where I don't know how you got that name,
my
but
grandfather's
goddamn.
first wife ran away and abandoned my grandfather for a guy named the Grinder.
Oh, the inventor of the gay app.
The gay app. Yeah.
He would be rolling in his grave, the Grinder.
Gee, I wonder how he got that name.
The inventor is his ancestor. I will name this after my grandfather. Actually, I will name this after my grandfather.
Yeah. So my if she didn't leave my grandfather for the Grinder, I wouldn't be alive today.
Okay. It's a good thing she did.
The Grinder.
This is your mother's?
This is my mother's father's wife, first wife.
Well, Machine Gun Jack McGirth.
I didn't know there was a first wife. Learned some new Galati
He had
history.
2 kids with her. So I have 2 half uncles who are.
Yeah.
They were raised by the Grinder. You can imagine where. You can imagine what they do.
Yeah. Butchers.
Yeah.
They own a butcher shop. Sell patties all day. So Vincenzo D'Amora, Machine Gun Jack McGirth, Brooklyn boy, living in Chicago, avenged his father's murder, killed, I think, fucking everyone who was involved, and now he's a top trigger guy for Capone. And he knows who, and he gets shot at. They try killing him.
Yeah, they try shooting up the place.
Yep. Frank and Pete Gusenberg, 2 brutal hitmen for Moran, try to kill Capone's top guy.
Yeah.
They're no joke.
Yeah, this is crazy shit going on. Like right out the gate.
Just drive-bys.
I can't wait to talk about that one.
Drive-bys are so fucking brutal.
They're insane.
They don't seem efficient.
Especially at this time because the max speed
efficient.
isn't fast.
But you're just spraying. Yeah.
You go 20 miles an hour. Just
with a Tommy gun, which is so
Bullets
hard
everywhere.
to fire.
So I don't want to skip too far ahead, but the scene you're talking about happened, and I have some numbers about that, and it's hysterical.
They hit like nothing.
They hit nothing. They injured 2 people.
But they caused a lot of fucking damage, I bet.
Multiple clips from 2 Tommy guns and 6 cars.
Right.
Ton of damage. Didn't get their mark at all. They missed every shot.
Yeah, you're better off just walking down the street and just...
Yeah. Well, that's why most people
Chicago typewriter.
You'd have to get close. You'd have to use a shotgun or a pistol.
All of you a nice Ivy League suit.
So, we're introduced to Charles Fischetti. He was killed 1951. And Al Capone, and they're holding a meeting.
Yeah, Al Capone became at the top of that
Frank
family.
Nitti was in the scene.
Frank Nitti was.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
He talked like this.
Hey, nice house.
I said,
nice house. He was not thrown off a roof.
Yeah, they didn't say that in this movie. But, they're having this meeting, and I think it's kind of dangerous for all these mafia guys to get together where people are trying to kill them. If they
better if they had some kind of service.
Any other service comes to mind that they could have used?
That they could communicate with.
Is there anything that comes to mind?
I think Riverside. They could have all saved time.
They want it recorded.
And they want it in 4K, so all the evidence could be seen. But Riverside gives you the option to not have
They don't
it in
have
4K.
to record
You don't
it. They
have
could
to.
have all just
If you don't want to
FaceTime.
see what's on that little piece of paper on your desk,
Yeah, maybe Capone's like, hey, what's that behind you? You could just show him your camera,
Oh, Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside.
Hey, how is that?
Oh, it's the best, Al. It's the best. Beautiful 4K. Everything you need when you're doing your conferences.
There's one gangster listening right now being like, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
And he's going to get pinched because of us.
So check out
Remember
Riverside.
when the feds put that lamp in Tony Soprano's basement,
Yeah.
and then Meadow took it and brought it to college with her?
Yeah.
That was great. He was singing "Dirty Work" in his car.
I don't have.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But so check out
Sopranos or
Riverside.
See, that is
Sopranos or Boardwalk.
that is the eternal question.
I know my answer, but
The Sopranos is probably better,
I think Sopranos better.
but
it's more
I
real.
just like Boardwalk better because of the style of it. I like the 20s thing.
Yeah. Boardwalk's cool, but I think
Yeah.
Sopranos
You
as a
don't
mob
get
thing is better.
Boardwalk though without Sopranos.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Look, they're both brilliant.
I prefer Boardwalk because I actually watched it.
You never watched Sopranos.
Oh, you
No.
never. Oh, you should.
I want to.
You
get
should
through
watch
it
Band
quick.
of Brothers. I mean, you both are fucking lacking on your
You never
HBO
saw Band
shit.
of Brothers?
No.
I know.
I mean, you
I
never
know.
saw Sopranos, so.
Yeah, but Band of Brothers is 6 episodes.
And Sopranos is
10.
historically one of the greatest shows on air ever.
Let me tell you something. I know you and I know what you like.
Yeah.
You'll watch Band of Brothers and it will be the great.
It'll be the greatest thing
you
ever.
will
Yeah, I
like
know,
it more
I
than
know.
anything you've
I know,
ever
I
seen.
know.
Yeah.
I'm aware. I'll get there one day. It's just I also kind of like the fact it makes you squirm.
Yeah.
Did you see the Pacific?
Not as good.
No,
Not as
it's
good.
Not
It's-
as good.
It's
All
fine
right.
though. But
I'll do band first.
anyway, Riverside.com. Check
Riverside,
it out.
yeah.
Do some Skyping. Not Skyping. Do some video conferencing in beautiful 4K.
Yeah, so Capone's cousin, Charles the Fixer. Slick guy. He was murdered. You know, there's a fat cat meeting. There's a bunch of people here.
Yep.
But Capone is focused on one thing. Moran. He writes it on a piece of paper. And he's like, we got to get this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And Jack Greasy Thumb Gusick. See what I mean? Like, this is great.
Greasy Thumb Goosey.
Greasy Thumb.
How'd you get the name Greasy Thumb?
Well, I
so
used
what I
to,
do is
you know.
I grease my thumb and I shove it up guys' ass to let them
Whoa.
know it's the Chicago way.
And this is to your point. They say that. They say he owned whorehouses. He now does bootlegging for Capone. He's the numbers guy. Dies in 56. That's it. He has nothing else to do with the story. It was unnecessary. But the fact that they
they
told
put
me,
him in.
the fact they told me his past, I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's a cool movie.
But Capone's pissed because the North Side is being affected.
Well, they're encroaching
You know.
on his territory.
Yeah.
From the south.
Moran.
Yeah. They're taking over Speaks.
Well, Moran took over 28 bars out of the 12,000 that Capone owned.
Right.
Which
Doesn't sound like anything, but
When you're a mafiosa, you don't want fucking people taking
even
your
one
turf.
is too much.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like he starts doing it, then you got another gang. You know, it's like
They got to worry about Joe Aiello.
yeah.
This is why
Small
we
time.
look. Yeah. This is why we look over our shoulders before we get into our cars. We steal fans from Carlin. We know we're running into some dangerous territory.
Yeah, I am worried that Carlin's gonna put a hit on me.
Yeah. 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 You send that history on fire guy
Yeah.
after us.
He
Yeah.
starts driving by the studio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna hit with a fucking history textbook.
All right. Tom
'Cause I'm
Holland
not
is going
good
to
at
be
it.
there.
Spider-Man?
No, the other Tom Holland, the historian.
Oh. I was like, why is Spider-Man gonna be here?
You guys visit me in the hospital. It was them again.
The cops are asking you, who did it, Steve? Who got you? I ain't got shot.
Hey, nobody hit me. Nobody. We know you don't carry around a history book, Steve. Just tell us who hit you with the book.
That was real, by the way.
Yeah, I know that's
Yeah.
a real
This
thing.
movie's very accurate as far as I can
That's
tell.
what I mean. It's
Yeah.
very dry and very accurate.
It's
Mhm.
it's up there on the accuracy list.
Yeah. The accuracy kind of almost presents a problem, though.
Why?
Because it's like,
It's too accurate.
it's like, what can we say? Like, yes, this happened. Like,
Yeah.
you see it in the movie.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, they want to kill Moran, and he's like, Moran wants me dead. They show a drive-by, and the hotel was shot up.
This was real.
This is real.
And so, how real
Now,
is
at
this?
the
You
time,
might
I
be
didn't
asking?
realize this was like a flashback.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
it's
it
a
is.
flashback of what they did to trying to kill Capone,
Yeah.
Right.
or at least sending a message because they missed. This is the thing we brought up before. Now,
Uh-huh.
in the movie, I read what happened, and then I looked at the movie to see how accurate they did it. They even had the correct number of cars.
Really?
There was 6 vehicles and 2 machine gunners that were spraying. The other machine gunners were
So
not
what were the other
spraying.
cars?
Defense.
Oh.
They also have other guns in case
just in case there's a shootout. These guys come
they're
out.
ready.
Right.
Yeah. So they shot up the place. 2 people got injured. Nobody died. They missed everyone. I think it's more of a message, but like maybe get some training.
I mean, you're hoping. It's like
you got to pay for the repairs of all that ornate woodwork in the hotel.
It's like when you shell, like when you're bombing Berlin. It's like you're just hitting whatever you can hit.
Right.
But this is also what sparked Capone calling for the hit. He's like, "Yep, whoever did this has to die."
That'll piss you off. And
it's not the first time they tried killing him, so Let's talk about Frank the Enforcer, Francesco Nittoni. Sicilian, he was in charge of the hit. He leads the Enforcer squad, but Jack Machine Gun stalked out Moran and knows where he lives, so he gets put in charge instead. And
was that
Frank,
the young guy that Capone was?
He's the one who's setting this up. Yep, he wants Jack to the hit instead of Frank the Enforcer, and Frank's like, you know what? All right, I'll sit this one out. It's less shit I got to do. What's interesting about this time and actually doing these sorts of crimes is like you had to do stakeouts a lot more.
Well, you had to do recon.
You had to find like similar patterns in somebody and hideouts and weak points in these certain situations.
Well, that's what I thought was so brilliant about the plan that they hatched with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
They drew Moran out by enticing him with a truckload of whiskey. And they had to give up a truckload of whiskey first.
It's a Trojan horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's later in the movie. I guess we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We could talk about Moran because he's introduced next.
Yeah, and what do you know about Moran?
He's a Minnesotan.
Yeah, he's a Midwestern gangster guy. He's been like a criminal his whole life. And he, has been he was in the North Side organization when O'Banion ran things, and just kind of, it seems to me anyway, that he just sort of stepped into the leadership role after the fact. How does any of this really happen?
Yeah,
as
right
far
place,
as criminal
right time,
underworld,
And
I think he was forced in that position though, because they say that over 5 years, every single leader of that crew was murdered by Capone.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like kind of the last one.
Yeah, he's the guy that's left.
Yeah.
With the Italians, it seems like there's way more rules. Like you got the Cosa Nostra.
The Italians have a code,
right?
Yeah,
the Omerta thing.
Yeah,
but with the Irish and shit, I think it's really just like who's capable.
It's gang rule.
Yeah.
And I mean literal, gang rules.
And I think that's why you see stuff like that drive by. Stuff like that isn't really in the MO of the Italians at this point.
I gotta ask about Boardwalk real quick. Sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
Just because our listeners, it's like I'm just talking about Boardwalk.
He's done with this movie. He needs Boardwalk.
Who's the guy that's in the flower shop?
Dini O'Banion.
No, the funny guy that's there throughout the whole show.
Oh, Mickey Cusick?
I fucking love Mickey.
Mickey Doyle?
Yeah, Mickey Doyle. That was his name.
Well, he's Cusick and he changed his name to Doyle.
He dies, right? Does he die in the flower shop?
I think he might die at the very end of the show, but I remember there's that scene.
It's in Chicago.
It's in like season 2 where Eli goes up to him and goes, "How the fuck are you still alive?"
Great. It's a great moment.
Yeah, he talks like this. Yeah. Fucking awesome. He might make it through the whole show. I don't remember.
What's his? I gotta look him up.
He's like the Paulie Walnuts.
Well, while you look that up, Moran is looking for allies now because they're underarmed and they will take anyone. And there's actually infighting in the crew because of this, because it's like you're taking help from all other races and people we don't know. And he's like, any gun is going to help us here. Right. Because look at what you're against.
They go to Joe Aiello.
Yeah.
And this kind of didn't make sense to me. And
going to Aiello?
I might have the timeline in my brain might be wrong.
Okay.
Aiello and Capone are rivals, right?
Moran sort of teams up with this Joe Aiello guy, who's like a small-time operator. And
not that small because he has access to people.
He has ties to the New York mob.
Yeah.
Now, it seems like they want to assassinate the Five Families like guy in Chicago and replace
Capone's connect.
Yes, replace him with Aiello.
Yeah.
Now, are the Five Families even a thing at this point?
Yes.
No, not at this point.
Yeah, no, because right basically
because
You're talking about
Luciano didn't organize
You're
the
talking about
commission yet.
1930. It's not. That didn't happen yet.
Well, I think it's starting because right after Prohibition ends, they jump in. So they have to be starting to be formed, right?
I think like the gangs are there, but they're unorganized, and they wouldn't have
the Cosa Nostra. There was like a crew, or not maybe a crew, but maybe like a gathering of leaders. They say it's like a Union of the Brotherhood or some shit like that. Right. It's like that's
Black Hand and shit like that.
Kind of, but the La Cosa Nostra started in Italy in defense against the Spanish king when they were trying to invade small towns in Sicily.
This thing of ours
was, oh, you're trying to invade us?
Is that what La Cosa Nostra means?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It was like, oh, we're going to defend against the king. You pay us tribute. We get weapons. We fight oncoming invaders, basically. And then that eventually, because it wasn't federalized, became corrupted and, turned into what you see today. So the union or the brotherhood, or whatever you want to call it at that time, like the five families, it wasn't titled that or seen as that. It wasn't like a commission where it's like, oh, we're going to
get more informal.
Yeah.
Luciano essentially gets them all together and turns it into a giant corporation.
Yeah.
Where they all have to agree with each other on things.
And by the way, he killed Mickey Doyle.
Luciano?
Yeah, in the last season. Yeah,
I thought he bought it at the end.
Yeah. He didn't make it. But he's based on a real guy, Mickey Doyle, Mickey Duffy, who died in 1931 in Atlantic City. So there you go. Little extra history.
Mickey Doyle.
Yeah. So
the Inner Brotherhood Circle, that's what it was called.
Okay. So we see where Moran lives. It's like an apartment. It's not really super nice. And, he wants to get Capone out. And he talks about the flower shop hit that was done on O'Banion.
Right.
Yeah.
That led to him rising to power.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what can we, talk about this hit?
Done well.
Two guys walk in, put a bullet in him, and walk out.
That's it, right? Because I guess that was his front, the flower shop.
Yeah. He was actually like into gardening and flowers and shit.
Yeah.
And then I love his funeral. You got the gigantic arrangement from Capone. This is from Al.
Yeah. Al is a bit of a troll.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. You have to be.
Also, Al is obsessed with his public reputation and public persona.
He loves the media. He likes being a celebrity.
He used it to his advantage.
Yeah.
He did.
100%. So it was smart.
He's also like a philanthropist.
Well, after this event, he uses he gets a lot of flack because everyone knows it's him, and he does like a bunch of big donations and show of charity, trying to get people back.
I think he kind of always did. He liked the idea of walking into a room and people being both afraid and admire him at the same time. Like he wants people to kind of know that he's a brutal criminal, but at the same time, look at all the good I've done. It's this weird duality.
He wants to walk in both worlds. He wants regular people to love him,
right?
And he wants other rivals to fear him.
He wants his cake and wants to eat it.
And you got guys in New York who I think Luciano will eventually tell him you got to chill the fuck out. You're bringing too much heat on us.
You're so in the open.
Right. And that's why when this massacre happens, the public has had enough of the violence.
Yes,
that's when the crackdown happens. That's when they form the Untouchables and fucking
they're like
send a task force to get this guy.
We can't just start having executions against the wall in our city, and constant drive-bys.
Yes.
Yeah.
But guys dressed as police officers.
Now, I've spoke about this before when we did the Untouchables the first time. But the age of the public in the media gangster.
Over.
It's over.
Over with him. He's the one and only guy.
Well, doesn't everyone know Lucky and the Vegas guys kind of?
Yeah, but they weren't flashy dudes that would go and talk to the public about their criminality.
No.
Talk to the media, Maybe Bonnie and Clyde or some shit like that.
Meyer Lansky.
No, nobody knew who Meyer Lansky was,
okay.
I think, at the time. It's just stuff that came out afterward. I think. I might be wrong, but
you do get some criminals later on who step into the spotlight and, do their thing. You got the Gaudis and shit like that, take that underworld-esque situation, just kind of screw it. Let's just be open about this nonsense.
I think Luciano kind of became famous because when he went to prison, he was still like being
running the mob,
the head of the mafia from prison and working with the federal government, you know, to like do shit.
helping World War II.
Yeah. Right.
I'm a good guy. Look, I'll protect our shores.
Yeah. And while you're in jail, obviously the media can come and talk to you and he can make a case for himself.
Yeah. But let's talk a little bit more about this crew that is being formed or is going to try to take out Capone.
Okay.
So you have James Clark.
Of the 5.
It's Moran's brother-in-law. Albert Arkachlerk. I can't pronounce his last name. It's very difficult, but his AKA James Clark. He's the number 2.
By the way, thank you for taking great notes on this.
Yeah. I did not write. Were you pausing it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because
I like this stuff though, so it's, you know,
yeah, but
it's
no,
easy
I was
for
like,
me.
how is he writing all these fucking? Because I started doing that. Like when it first happened, and then when it kept happening, I was like, I'm gonna fill up my notebook.
I didn't do everyone. I only did the important stuff for the most part.
Okay.
You know? Once I realized, like when you said, like it's random people, I was like, okay, I don't need to do it for everyone. But he's the number 2 in Moran's gang. He's actually now in charge of Capone's hit, and he hires John May, a man who has 7 children and is broke.
Yes,
he wants to be the driver, and this is when I was like,
he doesn't want to do anything violent.
No, but they give him a gun just in case. And I'm like, why are they telling me about every single person? Because some of these people are going to be killed because of that. Some
don't they say he's going to be dead tomorrow?
Yeah, right? They usually say like, this guy's dead soon. And now we see their headquarters, at least one headquarters.
Paisanos.
The Circus Gang Cafe. Circus Gang Cafe is a real place and a real gang. So that location that you saw, now you can actually go visit the location. It's just like a regular building. But it was, you know, where you see Nicholas walk in and make the deal to kill and stuff like that. It was a whorehouse / you know, gangster hangout.
It's a whorehouse.
Yeah. And that's we meet Nicholas Cirillo.
Well, before that, they say we got to get Paisanos. Like, I think they're talking about a pizzeria. My friend used to get pizza at not pizza, but
calzone from Paisanos.
He used to go to Paisanos, a place named Paisanos for his calzones.
Right.
And he worked for the Yankees.
Right.
And he was using the Paisanos to get close to
the Paisanos.
He went to Pizza Hut. I know. He was going to Paisanos for the calzones, and he was eating them with George Steinbrenner. Yes. George Steinbrenner.
Poseidon knew is the most exciting thing I've seen in my life.
Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen.
Just going like this. Just waving. The most dramatic thing you've ever fucking seen in your life. I hate baseball. I hate baseball so much. Continue.
But
goodness gracious.
Steinbrenner ate the same meal every day. So every day he wanted my friend to get him a calzone from Paisanos.
Right.
And eventually...
Still going.
Yeah. Eventually my friend couldn't get them anymore and he had to go get from another place. It was a whole thing.
Right.
Pay with change.
Yeah.
He has to have his pants in the oven.
Damn it. God damn it.
More satisfying than looking down and seeing just a table.
God damn it.
Paisanos!
A calzone from Paisanos. Heartbreaker.
Love ticker.
Shoemaker, won't you fix my shoes for free?
After this, the Yankees started putting all their uniforms in pizza ovens.
Right, yeah.
To smell like calzones.
God damn it.
All right.
Circus Gang Cafe.
Yeah.
This is where Nicholas Cirillo, a Sicilian immigrant, will make a deal for $500. He has to steal a car via gunpoint. He doesn't have to shoot anyone. He has to steal a case of liquor.
And this is just like nobody.
This is a Sicilian immigrant. He's never done this is his first crime, and he will be killed shortly after.
This is the older guy, right?
Yes. He's the older Sicilian guy. He can't speak English, so
he gets pistol whipped at one point.
Yes.
Right?
He does. Yeah.
Pretty much his job is to fake steal
80,
a shipment of whiskey.
80 cases. Yep.
Yep. And bring it to
Moran.
To Moran's guys as just like a Trojan horse.
Mm-hmm.
So he sells them a truckload of whiskey. They rob him.
Mm-hmm.
They take some money off the top.
Yep.
And then, and I don't know if you caught it, he takes some money off the top too when he goes back to Capone's guys and tells them what happened.
He's like, yeah, they took money from me.
Yeah.
And then they use him again to do the exact same thing.
Well, to get the final hit.
But he calls up Moran and says, your guys were a problem. Can you come?
Yeah.
And he actually listens to him.
Yeah.
But I guess it's the guy delivered once. He did good for them. So
if he could do it again.
Yeah. If this is a guy they can use, they'll use him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Moran's like, yeah, sure.
I thought it was brilliant. I thought it's a brilliant tactic.
It's a great plan because you have no reason. Look, you're going to get such a good deal. Why would you not show up? You know?
I think at
and all
one
these
point,
leaders.
though,
Plus, whiskey is hard to come by.
Yeah.
Like they can make beer and shit.
And wine.
Whiskey's harder.
Moonshine. Yeah.
So if it's good stuff, they want it.
I also think that during the second phone call with Nicholas, Moran says a line that I said, ooh, I think he suspects them. Because he goes, I don't know how many cases it's going to be. You know, this is a little weird. And he goes, okay, don't worry. You show up and you're going to get what's coming to you.
He does say that, yeah.
He says that and I go, he's looking to kill this guy after this. He doesn't trust him. But he's gonna take the cases and just off the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I honestly think was going to happen. And
Guzman.
Yeah. Because they wanted to kill him to begin with and steal the money.
Was this before or after they had the scene with him and his girlfriend, which was great?
Okay, I can't wait to talk about that scene.
Okay. This was, I believe, before.
Yeah, it's before. It's coming.
And then Pete actually has to take out Capone. And this is the scene.
This is it.
Myrtle Nelson Copeland. Myrtle. Sorry. Yeah, I probably hit the wrong button.
It's okay.
Ex-showgirl.
Actress, insanely hot.
Insanely hot, yes.
Who
such a
is playing
60s
her?
girl. Dude. She was such a 60s girl.
I'm such a mark for that. Like, I always think they're so hot.
Yeah.
That's Jean Hale.
Jean Hale.
I feel like that chick was like on a Star Trek, like playing like a slave girl or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
She hasn't been in a lot. No. Nothing really.
But they get into this wacky fucking
lovers quarrel
fight. Yeah.
So
lovers quarrel turned ugly.
A couple
real
of
ugly.
The fur she bought a fur coat with his money.
Yeah.
$3,000.
Well,
insane.
no, he gave her a $750 fur coat, and she goes, "I needed a nicer one. I returned that one and bought a different one. Yeah. How much? $3,000. You bitch! Honestly, do you blame him for being mad? I would be so pissed.
So
I wasn't trying to kill her.
So
but
this movie has a couple of homages to the gangster movies of like the 20s and 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
This one has a clear one to one of the most famous movie moments in gangster movies.
The orange, the grapefruit.
The grapefruit in the face. From I believe Roaring 20s. So in that movie, James Cagney shoves a grapefruit into a chick's face. In this, he takes, it's like a sandwich, right? He takes like a whole turkey sandwich and smashes it in her face and rubs it around.
He also doesn't know how to eat a sandwich. Did you catch this? He's eating it and biting it in like ways and it's going all over. And it's like, just, what are you doing? like, you fucking animal.
I like when she's sleeping. Like later on, she's taking a nap, and he's just sitting next to her, pointing the pistol at her.
and the narrator goes like, he debates about ending his relationship with her. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
It's really funny.
But like, I believe the cops were called with this little tiff.
The tiff, yeah.
And she stuck up for him. She's like, he was a business guy. He didn't, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And it just shows how loyal these people were.
Voiceover come on?
Yeah.
They were talking about after he was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they asked her about him, and she just
still stuck up for him.
Didn't give up a thing.
Loyalty.
Well, you know, if you say something too, you know.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they threw this part in the next part. Capone is shoulder to shoulder, bumping elbows with some high class individuals.
Oh yeah.
And he's complaining about the young kids today who have no morals. Hysterical. Utterly hysterical. They're wearing skirts and it's crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I watched this with my wife, and she said that when women started wearing jeans, her father got all bent out of shape about it.
Oh yeah.
he said that he was like, "What is this? This is the decay of society."
My
Well,
mother,
jeans
my
would be seen
mother
as
said like
yeah.
it was like a big deal, like when she was like wearing her first pair of jeans. You know,
Mhm.
it was like
Yeah.
I found that out through Wall Street. I never heard of it before, but jeans were a sign of farming, so you were considered poor wearing them.
Oh yeah. Early days.
So it was like, oh, you're wearing jeans.
But it was a women's lib thing. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
like, we're
yeah.
working now.
Right,
you
right.
know?
They got no morals.
Yeah.
now you see a girl in jeans and you're like, wow, I can't believe she doesn't have her asshole hanging out.
right.
It's like I see these videos, they come up on like Instagram and Facebook, and it's always like a half naked girl talking to a dude in the street, asking him like sexually provocative questions.
Oh sure, yeah.
And like the new thing
That's
is
what TikTok is. It's minors doing sexually explicit things.
the new thing is like the girls ask dudes slap or kiss, and it's like, would you rather
What is
slap?
that?
They go to random dudes
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, would you rather slap my ass or kiss my face? And the guy
What?
picks, and then
They let them do it.
every time I've seen it so far, it's just been a dude smacking the girl's ass.
Okay,
It's
And you don't think this is staged?
probably.
Either way, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
it's
We could test
How does
this.
this entertain?
We could test
I
this.
don't know.
Like people younger than me are a different species.
They're aliens.
Yeah.
We could test this. We could test it with
Have
us.
Anka?
We'll send Ant to go up to random women and be like, cradle the balls or smack my ass, and then we'll see what happens.
And arrest.
We skipped an important part. I'm sorry.
No, let's do it.
Because I like that. I liked him complaining about the kids, but right as like while he's complaining, there's something happening with Moran's boys. They are going for a hit on Patsy Lolordo. This is the top guy for the mob in the area.
Yeah, Patsy.
They want to take him out, and they do in his
He's
own
kind
apartment.
of like a mentor to
Capone.
Capone.
He's Capone's connection
Connect to New York.
to New York. Yeah,
And he was in Boardwalk too, if I recall.
Probably.
yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
had a
I
little
think
role.
he was.
Patsy Lolordo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they eliminate his bodyguards very, very planned and efficient.
Oh, this is a great hit.
It's really cool.
Like it's executed very well.
Yeah. And they take him out in his own apartment in front of his wife.
Yup. They don't give a shit.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And then juxtapose that to what Capone's doing, and he's just, oh, these kids today. And he gets a phone call that Patsy's killed, and then he's like, nope, now it ends. This is it.
Well, this is the breaking point for Capone.
It has to be. Yeah.
He's upset. His like mentor is dead.
Yeah.
And if you're upset and you've lost someone and you need someone to talk to, you could use a service like BetterHelp.
Wow, what's that?
BetterHelp is the online tool that you can use to talk to a therapist.
Nothing like gangster sociopaths. Like these are the
They
people that
need
could use
therapy
BetterHelp.
too.
Yeah.
They're human.
Right.
Tony Soprano went to therapy.
He sure did.
It didn't work for him. If he was on BetterHelp,
Mhm.
He would have
Would
been
have
able to
turned his life
switch
around.
that therapist, and she probably wouldn't have been raped.
Well, she got raped by that random dude,
Yeah, but
the employee of the month.
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does Tony take care of him?
No,
No.
because Dr.
She doesn't
Melfi,
wanna sink
she
that low.
debates on whether to tell Tony or not.
She
She
does-
chooses not to.
she doesn't want to sink that low.
If she
Yeah.
told Tony,
He would have killed
Oh, he
him
would have killed him. Yeah.
for free. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
she should have told Tony,
Agreed.
right?
Yes.
But then she becomes
She becomes the evil.
evil.
You tell Tony.
You
yes.
gotta
you
tell
Tony.
You tell Tony, you
Yes.
know, the bad thing.
The bad guy got me. Get the bad
Please
guy.
watch The Sopranos.
Yeah, you need to watch
I
Sopranos.
My wife likes The Sopranos too. She would
It's
probably rewatch it
fantastic.
with me.
It's fantastic.
My wife hates The Sopranos.
Really?
She liked it. I watched it like when we first started dating. We watched the whole show,
Uh-huh.
and when it got I don't know if I want to tell you.
I know
don't
know
wanna
everything
ruin
that
it.
happens.
When they kill Adriana,
Yeah.
it broke her.
That's like the last season, right?
No,
No.
Oh, okay.
but she didn't want to watch after that. She was so upset that
Oh,
Adriana.
it's
She
so
loved
good.
Adriana.
It's so
Really?
good.
Yes, and then she was just done.
Is that Portia de Rossi?
Is that her name? Yeah.
She's hot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's her.
I started because like I got married not too long ago. I got the ring on. I don't wear rings, so I fidget with it a lot, and I kind of look like Paulie Walnuts. I keep my hands like this, and I do this, and it makes like I don't have. Now I just kind of.
Hey, Tone.
And I'm sitting there talking like this, not realizing what I look like. You know, like
I love Paulie Walnuts.
He's great. Rest in peace.
He's
Rest in
such
peace.
a shithead.
Rest in peace.
He's like an irredeemable asshole, right?
Yes.
In that, yeah.
He's an underhanded, backstabbing, traitorous guy.
Yeah.
But
you love him. You love him. Yeah, you love him. He murders old women, and he's horrible.
He betrays Tony.
He does.
And never gets his comeuppance for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So BetterHelp.com, it can help mafiosa. It can help you. Online licensed therapy. Get healthy today. Talk to an online licensed therapist that you want to talk to. If you're a Roman Catholic mob guy, maybe you want to find a Roman Catholic. You can customize it in that way. You can customize it to your own needs. BetterHelp.com. Check it out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
All right. So.
Still looking forward to working with you, John.
Just runs.
Do you this is way off topic, but
yeah,
did you ever see when they splice Sopranos clips into Skyrim?
Yeah.
It's the funniest.
It's so good.
Those
thing.
videos are great.
So
It's
good.
so funny.
It's so good.
But there's that scene
Yes.
where and the scene is for anybody who remembers. It's when Tony is talking to Johnny Sack on his front porch in the snow, and the feds come and they're going to arrest Johnny. So Tony has to run through the snow, like to get away.
He sprints. Yeah.
They fucking put that scene, and then instead of the feds, a dragon comes down.
And he's chasing
And it's
Tony.
chasing Tony.
I love the internet. God bless the internet.
Oh, the
that's
other
so
one where
funny.
it's every moment that they're ever in a car in The Sopranos, and they put them racing on Rainbow Road, and from Mario Kart.
really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
great.
They put work
You gotta
into
put
it.
these up on the
I've got
screen.
them.
Yeah.
They put work.
Send them to me.
Yeah,
Make my
yeah.
life easy.
They put work into it. So Capone knows who the target is, who killed LaLordo. They gotta get revenge for Patsy, right? And now I found one of the best nicknames, personally, in this for Albert Weinshanker, nicknamed AKA Albert Weinshank. Not that good of a nickname.
It's
guy.
almost like
It's. I guarantee you that's just to make him sound less German.
Yes, they
That's-
dropped the
yeah.
ER.
it's almost like a hockey nickname where all the hockey players they give themselves the shittiest nicknames. And it's always like if let's say your name was like Shore, you'd be Shoresy.
Yeah.
They just add like they add like EY to the name, you
or
know?
drop something.
Yeah.
So this guy, honest businessman, he has relations with Capone. He will be sadly one of the guys who gets killed, and he had nothing to do with anything. So
Yeah.
Wrong place, wrong time.
wrong place. Yep. And if you're dealing with criminals, you had to expect that shit happens.
So anyway, like we said, they've set up this deal where the guy with the whiskey truck is going to meet with the Northsiders in a warehouse, and
Moran.
Bugs Moran is going to be there. So they set up like guys to watch the warehouse for when they show up, and then what the plan is once they do, all of Al's guys are going to come in dressed as cops, fake arrest them, and just execute them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what happens. And but Moran never gets there.
He didn't make
Well, Moran saw that cops were raiding the spot and turned around.
They made him.
Yeah.
because there was a guy who dressed
kinda
like
looked like
The guy I
Yeah.
just mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. He dressed in brown.
And they mow them down with Tommy guns. And there's a dog.
The dog doesn't get killed.
I was so happy the dog didn't get killed.
Me too. Me too. I think I said, "Oh, thank God, good doggo."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they do the shooting, it actually, the way the bodies fall in the movie matches the real
The
picture
photographs?
of the
Yeah.
photographs.
Oh.
And the
That's
wall, because they tore down that factory,
Mm-hmm.
they actually took that wall and it's now in the mob museum in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
So that wall is still standing with,
With
the
bullet holes?
Yeah.
And blood?
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mobsters
morbid.
Mobsters go there and pray. Like the Jews
Right.
in Israel.
Yeah.
For mobsters, it's their wailing wall.
Every American president has to go there.
Kiss it.
They put on the fucking the fedora.
Yeah, they put the fedora on.
Yeah.
Rosary beads in the other hand.
And they put a fedora on and kiss the fucking wall. That's hilarious.
We did skip something pretty cool.
What?
The train scene?
The train scene.
Yeah, so Capone knows Aiello is the guy who had access to his friend.
Yeah.
You know, Patsy.
The Patsy.
So they find out his cousin or something bought the ticket
I
instead.
doubt that happened.
This
right?
probably I don't think this happened because
Al
I don't
went
think
himself.
Al would have gone on a train to murder someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like anything Al did.
No.
Yeah.
He might have
You
sent
know?
someone to do it, but definitely not him.
Yeah. The guy literally went out to Miami just to get distance between himself and this hit.
Yeah, to be away.
Why would
Yes.
he personally take care of
Right.
this?
Show up
Fucking-
on a train.
Yeah.
On
you
this,
know?
it's because it's like it was my personal
My
friend. I'll do it,
Yeah, I
but
don't know about that.
you're a gangster. You don't got friends, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you just don't.
It's all business.
Yeah. So, but Capone got him.
Moran lives.
There's a fun scene on how they did the stakeout as well. Mr. White and Mr. Johnson purchase a room. They're playing an orchestra. They have little violin
That's
cases.
funny, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah,
very
yeah,
comical.
Yeah, there's like frisking and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool the way they do the execution. It's
Mhm.
done well.
Yep.
And that's the movie.
Well, they show scenes of Moran's crew the day that they're going to die. Like, this is the day
Yeah.
he's going to die. This is the day you're going to die. So they kind of go
They give a postscript
relist.
of each character.
They
Yeah.
relist. Well, not so much a postscript. It's a prescript to them dying.
Yeah.
Like, on that morning, what they all did.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like that. I think I think it was Pete, slept with like a hooker. And he's just like, wait for me.
The most hideous hooker ever.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
regrets it, but still
Yeah.
is going to do
She
it again
robs him.
later. Yeah, she robs him.
I honestly think that's a remnant of almost like 50s
Westerns?
50s filmmaking almost, where it's like crime doesn't pay and it's an unglamorous life.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they purposely cast
Uh-huh.
an ugly actress.
Right.
So it's not desirable that like,
Uh-huh.
look, he has a
Yeah.
hooker, but look how ugly she is. You wouldn't
Right.
want to fuck her, you
Right.
know?
And he goes back. He's like, wait for me.
Yeah.
Or he intended to. He got murdered. I don't know if it's Pete or Frank. I think it might have been Frank.
Moran
no.
survives the hit though.
He survives.
Well, he was in the restaurant.
Yeah, basically the end of his gang. Al has Chicago.
Yeah.
Yep. They put
Um,
garlic on the bullets. If it doesn't kill them, it'll poison their blood.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's vampire shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's probably real, right?
Why would garlic do that?
Why would it stay on the bullet? If it's traveling that fast, wouldn't it like come off? It's just
Nah.
liquid. No.
No.
Okay. It's oil. I feel like oil might come off, but all right. I'll trust this guy.
Munitions expert Ant.
Yeah.
And then there's the guy who was shot, and this is a real thing. We mentioned it
Guzman.
before.
Guzman.
They're asking him, who shot you? I ain't get shot.
All right.
I think
And
it's
he
shot.
wouldn't
They
give
asked the
anything up.
same thing to Tupac.
Who shot you?
Yeah.
Nobody shot
That
me.
was actually, I believe, a Tupac song.
Wait, I
Hmm.
thought it was a Biggie song.
Who shot
Who
you?
shot you?
I thought it was just a
can't
line. I don't
remember.
know if it's the title of the song.
It's a Biggie song. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a Biggie song about Tupac.
Yes.
Moran is interviewed by the press. And he's like, I had nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know how real that is, but at least the interview.
Remember the Biggie Smalls movie?
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie
Biggie
Smalls.
Biggest mouse.
Biggie Smalls.
What the fuck? He's the
So fucking funny.
So good.
Don't ice me, homie.
Is that the My Super Sweet 16
It's
episode?
my favorite episode of the whole
Yes.
show. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your favorite
Yes.
episode?
Hell on Earth 2006.
That's your favorite
That's
episode?
my favorite episode of South
Okay.
Park. Yes.
I love Christmas
With
critters.
the three murderers.
Who? Oh, they're the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Three Stooges.
Who is it? It's Jeffrey
It's
Dahmer.
Dahmer, Gacy, and we just fucking were talking about this.
The guy Zac
Yes.
Efron played.
I don't know.
Bundy.
Bundy. It's Bundy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Ferrari cakes are really nice. Accurate cakes, really nice.
So yes, we get the postscript. Within 19 months, 4 of the killers are murdered, or dead by violent ways. You know, the hitmen. There was 2 hitmen from Sicily that were part of it. They were planning to kill Capone. They get killed by Capone. 2 police officers. One died in a robbery. Another one was just found dead. So Capone kind of cut all ties to this. And Machine Gun Jack, the guy who did all this, was killed about 7 years later. He was also murdered. So they all came to a horrible end. And then Moran disappeared for a little bit, got arrested for robbery, served 10 years, I believe. Yeah, and then dies of lung cancer. Capone, the last guy.
It took Capone a while, but he owned all the cigarette companies. He actually contributed to Moran's death. By giving him cancer.
He played the long game.
Yeah.
Capone is never charged in any violent crimes, just tax
Yep.
evasion, but he goes to jail for 18 years and dies of syphilis,
Yes.
which is a horrible way to go.
It was portrayed by
So,
Tom Hardy.
There's a movie
Yeah.
which we have to do at some point because it's going to be so fucking weird. I've never seen it. It's called Capone, I believe. It's Tom Hardy playing Capone, dying of syphilis.
I mean, it seems like we're getting every moment of Capone's life on this show. So why
Yeah.
don't? Yeah,
We'll do it. And it's him just like supposedly pissing and shitting himself for like 2 hours in like the most unglamorous like portrayal of anybody ever
Yeah.
as he dies.
Damn.
And it's like half a troll job on the audience.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that.
I want to see
Yeah.
it so bad. It's got to be like the blackest comedy. You
That would
know?
be very hard to review, though. Just next scene, he shit himself. Next scene, he shit himself again.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the whole thing, but you know.
Obviously not. But
This is what, our 4th gangster movie?
let's see.
We did
Untouchables.
Untouchables.
Donnie
this.
Donnie
Brasco.
Brasco,
This
French Connection.
French Connection. But
Yeah.
is French Connection? No.
Yeah,
French
it
Connection
is.
isn't.
It is.
I'm thinking like
I don't think it is, dude.
I wasn't even thinking Donnie Brasco. I was thinking like a 20s gangster stuff.
Donnie Brasco's a gangster.
It is a gangster movie. In my head, I was
the
thinking.
quintessential.
See, it's weird. I have like a delineation where like I consider a gangster movie.
You're just Boardwalk Empire.
No, no.
Like, that's
no,
your
in
focus.
my head, if you say gangster movie, I picture like
20s
guys,
20s
Tommy
guys
Gun.
and
If I say
stuff.
mafia movie,
If you
it's-
say mob movie, I
it's the
picture
same.
everything else.
I get that, but it's the same thing. It's crime.
I don't necessarily disagree.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of what popped
I
into my head.
like that way of thinking though. That's
That's
a better way of categorizing the films. You know?
That's
They're
why
definitely stylistically very different.
Right. Yeah.
These are way more actiony than like those. They're
Are we
almost
missing
more thrillers.
any other?
I think those are the
That was
ones
it,
we
right?
did, yeah.
We need more.
Do you count the DeLorean movie? That's a crime movie.
Yeah,
It's,
but
but it's
no
not
mobsters.
It's
Yeah,
not
no
mobster,
mobs.
not
Yeah.
gangster stuff. So
Okay. My whole life, I wanted to be a gangster.
we'll do that one day.
That one is going to be...
That's gonna be the last thing we do.
That might be the last movie we do on the show. We'll
Yeah.
just close it out.
Just close it out with
that.
I want. You know what we want for
Well,
that.
we're
We're waiting for
saving
the
it
whale.
till we want one of our white whales. Look, if any of you guys know Colin Quinn,
Colin, please.
tell him we just want to talk about Goodfellas.
We just want to talk.
Can we just have an hour of your time
We
to talk
just
about
want to talk.
Goodfellas?
It's fine. We're harmless.
Yeah.
Anybody who's came on this show, their career got boosted. That's all I'm going to say.
We had Jimmy the Hair Guy on.
Jimmy the
now
Hair
he's
Guy's
on
famous now.
Impractical Jokers cruises.
Anyway, that was the film that I loved it.
All right, rate it.
So
I think you liked it the most, so I think you should go last.
I'll go last. Okay.
I'll go
Where are you
first.
going?
I'm gonna go 7.
Okay.
It's a little dry.
7's strong though.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just a little dry for me. it's kind of confusing keeping track of everybody because there's so much information.
Yeah.
And because you're not like normally if you do this movie, you kind of just focus on
couple of characters
and like you can identify them. This is so all over the place.
Yeah.
It is a bit harder to follow. I mean, it's shot well, it's directed well. I enjoyed it. It's a such light, breezy, informative watch. Like you could watch this instead of a documentary about the subject.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
It's very much a documentary. So it's a 7 for me. Strong movie.
Nice.
Happy I saw it.
I'm gonna go 7.5.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I basically agree, and I gave it an 8 just because I enjoyed it so much. Like it's an enjoyable watch, even though it's a disturbing content.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has moments of like fun and like comedy and then like disturbing things, and yeah, it's awesome. It's a great portrayal of that time as well. So that's an 8.
I knew you were going to be an 8. That was the score you were giving it in my head.
Yeah.
All right, and one last order of business.
All right. Okay. I know what you're doing. Why did you have to draw each brick individually?
This is Brian's portrayal.
How else would I draw bricks?
Of Grand Theft Auto 1. The first Grand Theft Auto was an
overhead view. Yeah. Dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's the wall. I know it's the dead bodies, but there's no reason to draw bricks individually like that.
How else would you draw bricks? I honestly don't know.
I would do a line and then lines that are not completely connected.
That does make more sense.
Yeah, it's a lot less work, but honestly, I know what it is. It sucks. It's a bad drawing, but but I'll give it to you that
it's irredeemable.
You're getting good, at least of getting your point across.
All right, you did it, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Yep, St. Valentine's. That's good. Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day when this comes out.
I gotta get my Steven Singer rose to my wife.
Is he a sponsor yet? I hate Steven.
We should get Steven Singer. He'd give us money. He gives everybody money.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we got money from the other sponsors. We might have signed up like thousands of people. We wouldn't know.
Thousands. Yeah, we do give great ads.
I mean,
it's worth every penny.
I wonder how that fucking toxic pond guy did.
He succeeded.
Yeah.
He got the money.
He got
good.
funded.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting my book.
Yeah, where's my book, bro?
Yeah, where's my book?
Am I getting a book?
No.
Did you order one?
No,
they're not getting a fucking book.
Yeah, why didn't you support it?
I got a sign. I got like the variant. I got like cool shit
I
coming.
thought you guys were getting freebies.
No, I bought the book.
Yeah, we supported it. We backed it.
Oh.
He paid us we just gave the money back, basically.
Yeah. Basically, it was a free copy.
It kind of was, yeah. Why did we do any financial transactions is beyond me, but whatever.
I wanted to support the book,
yeah.
you know?
I actually like the idea of like cosmic horror stuff. So
yeah. It is Valentine's Day. You got any plans?
Valentine's Day.
Normally on Valentine's Day, I
some of that.
I do some of that fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make a point.
Some of that old school, old time fucking.
And some chocolates.
Ant wears his satin robe from sun up till sundown.
His wonderful lingerie.
Yeah. His edible panties.
Yeah, all silk. He's wearing all silk so he can be smooth.
No, do you have like dinner plans or anything? Like,
I usually cook. I do some cooking.
Oh, you cook
on Valentine's.
You don't go to a restaurant.
I get all romantic.
It's the one day he cooks a year.
Yeah.
His wife enjoys Hot Pockets and mac and cheese every Thanksgiving. I mean Valentine's Day.
No, I break out the good stuff.
Tostino pizza rolls.
You guys have no faith in my
the oven.
culinary expertise.
In the oven, not the microwave. It's a special occasion.
I went to the local deli. I got us the best chicken sandwiches you could get.
My wife, since we moved, she threw out the toaster oven, which I used all the time.
Why?
And replaced it with an air fryer. And I don't know how to use this fucking thing.
It's the same thing.
It's a big monstrosity.
You just put the stuff in, you turn it on.
Put some
oil.
Intimidated.
I love the air fryer, dude. It's great.
We have a toaster air fryer
time.
combo. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh. So you can still toast
Just
stuff.
put the toaster thing on.
Look. What do I look like? Some kind of engineer? Do I look like Isaac Clarke?
There's manuals.
Am I gonna fucking
So you're going to cook your wife a nice meal.
I'm gonna cook my wife a nice meal.
What about you? You got any plans, reservations?
Nah.
No?
I don't have anything yet. I'll figure something out.
Old-fashioned fucking.
Maybe. We tend to like I do the cooking thing usually too because Valentine's Day going out's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of people. I don't
What
like
are you
that.
doing, Brian?
What are you doing? Yeah.
It's against my faith. I don't celebrate St. Valentine's.
Oh, okay.
No.
Anything with a saint in it, you're just out.
Honestly, I hate Valentine's Day. I hate like the concept of it. What we have done the past couple
Love?
Caring.
No, I hate the I hate greeting cards with a passion.
What?
Yeah, I despise greeting cards. I think
Really?
there's so
Why do you keep sending us cards? Send us cards every holiday. Stop then.
do you think it's me?
Oh, all right. I wasn't
Do you
sure.
think I'm organizing cards and sending them to you? Look at the fuck. Is the envelope legible? Can you read it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not me sending that shit
Valid
out.
point.
I hate cards.
Fuck Hallmark.
No, so what I've done the past couple years, this is our first one with a baby, is we meet after school early, like 3-4 o'clock.
In the schoolyard.
In the school, we have a fight. Yeah. She brings a gang and I bring a gang, and we.
Oh no! Don't tell Leonard Bernstein. He's coming.
No, that plays.
Darling.
That plays when I
Darling.
bring my gay lovers over.
I'm gonna make a musical about this. I think you're gonna love it.
No, so we get an early like dinner reservation, like 3-4 o'clock,
Oh.
and
That's
we
not
go
dinner.
to her favorite restaurant,
Which
Aunt
is what?
Butchie's.
Oh, you okay. It's
That's where
around the
Beaver's
corner.
wife used to live.
Yeah.
Around the corner.
So
Used to live.
she used to live there.
That's where I found her and I took her away from that place.
Yeah,
She lived
lived
in
in
the
a cupboard.
freezer. Yeah.
They were trying to do an insurance scam on her.
Call back.
I saved her.
But yeah, so we'll probably get dinner early, get home with the kid, put the kid to bed, and then do some of that fucking.
Yeah. That's the only thing that matters in this world.
Old school. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
There's two things in life. Sex and death. So you're better off doing one of those.
Sex and candy. Remember that?
I smell sex and candy. Yeah. Can you name who did it?
Marcy's Playground.
Fucking good.
This guy, he
You
knows
know
his
your
history.
90s. He knows his 90s.
He knows so much useless information. It's astounding.
You know what would be a fun game we could do on the show that just popped into my head?
What?
Oh,
that
no.
I wish I thought of it earlier. I take lyrics from 20 songs
Okay.
and 2020 songs, and I read you a line, and you have to guess
Which 20s?
which
20s.
which 20s it belongs to.
That's fun.
I think it will be easy, but it
Yeah.
might be fun.
Yeah. Dame is.
smack a dame in the mouth.
Yeah, that's a huge giveaway. Anything about love is
There's no
probably 20s.
Negroes in the kitchen.
Yeah, I just pick Eddie Cantor's most explicit songs. All right.
Drive you around in my Ford. All right.
That's it.
That's it. That was fun. Thank you for listening, watching, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. Anthony has been playing with toys for the last
6 hours.
6 hours. It's-
He's the toy man.
That's all I hear without the headphones. I just hear like
I hope the mic doesn't pick it up. I
it's
really
not.
do.
I don't think it
I
is.
definitely picked up when I was eating that lollipop before.
Oh yeah.
Well, you were purposely eating that. Well, you ate it with a purpose. That wasn't.
And you were slurping. In
Yeah.
a different
At one point, you
episode.
took the cup and just put it up to the
I don't know what
mic
you're
and just
talking about.
really inhaled.
That didn't happen.
So,
Anyway, big year next week.
oh
Big
yeah,
year.
yeah, big year. I forgot we were doing that. Hell yeah. Anyway,
We should do a double feature. Come and see in Big Year. The weirdest, most disconnected double feature of all time. 2 movies with absolutely nothing in common.
a double feature.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do a 4-hour episode about both movies.
Oh, that's good.
We're not doing this, but it is funny.
Yeah.
All right. Ready, guys?
Yes.
I mean,
Want to give a big thank you to everybody listening and or watching. Thank you to
I hate he puts on his smooth voice.
Smooth voice.
Yeah.
Well,
you're a smooth
you're lucky
guy.
I'm not doing NPR Brian voice like I did on the
Do it.
NPR Brian voice. Okay. Want to give a big thank you to everybody listening and or watching out there.
That might be too low.
Want to give a big thank you to Tell 'em Steve, Dave, Bry, Walt, Q, Get 'em, letting us record down in
I
their
gotta see
studio.
if
We
this is
greatly
good.
appreciate it. Want to give a big thank you to everybody listening and supporting us. Please go to Reviewing History.
Like -40.
Can you hear me or no?
I can, but it's low.
All right, I'll just do it. Want to give a big thank you to Tell 'em Steve, Dave, Bry, Walt, Q, Get 'em, letting us record down in the studio. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everybody listening and or watching. Please like and subscribe, share it, tell a friend. You know what to do. Go on Apple iTunes, leave a 5-star review. Go on Spotify, 5-star review. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your local barkeep. Spread the faith.
You can send us the emails.
Send an
You
email.
can send it through the website. You don't have to send it through,
your email. Yeah, you can go to the website,
Go to the
reviewinghistorypod.com, buy some merch.
Yeah.
We're not making promises, but there might be shirts on there at some point that we don't even announce, just new designs. So you want to check on there from time to time.
We'll announce it.
With that weird gay hamster.
I have some
I
merch
put that on
ideas
the
I want
hat.
to talk with you guys about.
Okay. Put it on the hat.
Weird gay hamster. That's no way to talk about Steve.
It's very accurate.
Just don't call him a junkie.
Yeah, don't do that. I'll fucking stab you.
That's what needs to go on a hat.
Don't call me a junkie.
Junkie.
Oh, just junkie?
A picture of
That'd be funny.
Steve with the word junkie.
Yeah. I
You
can
would
make
hate that, right?
He has.
Yeah, I'd hate it. But I also hate the first shirt I was ever on too, so whatever. It's not like I enjoy the shirts you're putting out.
Junkie. Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Oh, we're making that.
All
Or
right.
I specifically should say you're making that.
Yeah, you have to go through me first. Good luck figuring that out.
ReviewingHistoryPod.com. Follow us on all social media. Review History Pod, Reviewing History Pod, everywhere else. Follow me personally on all social media at Brian Rupert. 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd. I rank and review every single movie I watch,
Rupert.
even the ones in my personal life. Thank you guys so much.
I
We'll see you next
I have a personal
time.
life. I have a life outside of this.
You can talk. You can talk.